Hey everybody, it's Nathan Meunier here, and I'm just going to do a quick update on how things are going with the launch of missile cards on mobile. Since the game just came out yesterday on iOS, and it's been doing pretty well. um, yeah, I was not sure what to expect, and I'm still not sure what to expect, other than I know that the first day of sales have been really encouraging. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody out there on social media, on the forums, at Touch Arcade, elsewhere, everyone who's kind of been just helping out to spread the word and support the game in different ways. I really appreciate that. That is a huge help to me. I'm just one person doing this. I'm just doing all of the launch marketing and getting the word out by myself. And that's a lot of work, and it's challenging, and it doesn't always kind of click. I've done numerous game launches before, and each one goes a little bit differently, and none of them completely go as expected, but this one's been going really well so far. So I'm really encouraged, and I'm heartened by the fact that people seem to be enjoying the game, and it's selling pretty well for a game that has yet to be featured. It's just kind of working its way up the charts gradually, and that's really awesome. So Missile Cards is still out yesterday. It's if you want to check it out, it's at www.missilecards.com. We'll take you to the landing page where it gives you information about the game and link to the iTunes store and also the Steam store. I just wanted to take a quick second to update on sort of how sales have been going and talk about sort of like the 310 million, I can't the three the three biggest ways that you can help me out this week, and particularly going forward as this launch kind of rolls out. And people have been doing this already, which is really helpful, but these are like the core three biggest things that are useful to people like me, indie developers, and especially people who don't have a lot of resources, to help build momentum during launches to kind of propel things forward. So just for starters, the one kind of interesting point is when Missile Cards launched on Steam, it didn't really do super well, but people seemed to like the game. The 1 month sales were initially kind of disappointing, but the encouraging thing about the iOS launch is that in just 1 day of sales, I've already sold more than 3 times the amount of copies that I sold during the entire launch on Steam in the first month. So that's really incredible, and that's really encouraging. And I still have a long ways to go. And especially, I'm crossing my fingers for an Apple feature today, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I've been working. The game's been starting to rank on the sales charts, and that's really encouraging. It's been popping up in the iPhone and iOS categories for card games in the top 100. I think it's up to. I think it made it up to number 3 in some spots. I don't know. I don't know where it's at, but it's really cool to see that and to see people responding to it favorably. And the early reviews have been really positive. So yeah, day one sales are really good. I'm hoping to get a feature, and whether I get a feature or not, that'll make a big difference. But I'm just hoping to keep kind of chugging forward, and I really need your help out there to kind of do that, because I'm only one person, and while I certainly don't expect everyone out there to kind of chip in, I really appreciate it, and it does mean a lot to me for people who are able to take the time to do that. So anyway, 3 things that, not just for me, for any indie developer, if you want to help a small developer gain that vital traction at launch, these are like the 3 things that you can do. And they're the 3 biggest things from my past experience of kind of what I've been doing. And this actually are things I've learned too from other product launches, like doing Kindle books and other things too. These are also kind of universal things that can really help anyone who's launching a product, a game, a book, whatever. So number 1 is buying the game at launch. And this sounds like a super no-brainer, but the thing, particularly with iOS too, like buying the game at launch during this kind of initial launch period helps me the most, because it's going to trigger sort of these behind-the-scenes algorithms that are happening on the storefront, and it allows the game to start to rank in the different category rankings. So day one sales were pretty good, and that allowed Missile Cards to kind of rank in the top 100 in a few charts, like the card games category on mobile, the board games category too. I haven't ranked in the top 100 overall, but still, like, who knows? So that's helpful. So buying the game at launch in these first couple of days is really critical, because it kind of builds that critical mass that will push the game higher in the rankings, which then gives it more visibility, and it becomes this kind of loop of positive feedback, essentially. So people buying the game, it boosts the game up in the charts and makes it more visible. It makes it more inclined to that potentially it'll get featured, which is also a huge help and something I'm really hoping for. But the when the game does get higher up in those rankings, it creates opportunities for visibility so that more players are going to see it and potentially buy the game, and it kind of creates this loop that can be really helpful to kind of build that traction. What else? So yeah, buying the game during the sort of initial launch week is really great. It's only $2.99. That's cheaper than the PC version. It doesn't have things like Steam achievements or whatever, so that did take extra time to do on PC. But for $2.99, you're going to get about 7 to 10 hours of highly replayable gameplay through unlockables, missions, and different things with missile cards. So I feel like that's a really good value, and I appreciate it if you want to check it out and drop a sale my way. Yeah, so that was the first big thing. The second big thing is leaving a review. This also seems like a no-brainer. All these things are kind of like things that you just go, oh, obviously these are good things to have, but a lot of developers I don't think necessarily take the time to ask specifically, say like, could you please do this for me, person out there that is awesome and is interested in what I'm doing. So people don't necessarily do it. So with reviews, a really small percentage of players that buy the game, traditionally with all games, it's really a small percentage that actually take the time to leave a review on the storefront. And the problem with that is, if you love a game, if you're really like, this is a great game, I'm really having a blast, but don't leave a review, that's okay, but it doesn't let other people know in a way that can be really useful. Like, so if someone's just browsing the storefront randomly and sees missile cards, like, oh, this game looks interesting, one of the first things they're going to do is click on it and see, like, what are other people saying about this game? Like, what are the reviews? And I know this is the case for me and with a lot of other people too that are like casual browsers on storefronts. If you see a game that has not a lot of positive reviews or no reviews at all, you're going to be less inclined to actually try it out essentially and take a risk on a new game you've never heard of before. So by leaving those reviews early and getting early reviews for the game, that is super helpful, especially if they're positive reviews, if they're favorable, if people are saying I like the game. That can be really helpful to me and other developers to kind of create that social proof that is useful for when other people see the game on the store and aren't sure whether they want to check it out. So if you purchased the game already, which is thank you so much, I really appreciate that, and you're enjoying it, and particularly if you're enjoying it, please take a second. It takes like 2 seconds to go back on the App Store and find the game and click on leave a review and just leave a quick rating in like a sentence or two or whatever you want about how you think about the game. And be honest, obviously. I don't want you to just make stuff up if you're not having fun, but yeah, just take a second to leave a review and let people know how you feel, and that can be really helpful. So far I've gotten, I think I'm up to 11 reviews, and they're all 5 stars, which is really exciting. I was expecting more mixed reviews, but like I'll take it. I'll take 5 stars. That's cool. If you're enjoying the game, by all means, take a moment to let people know. But that's a big help, and so especially over the next couple of days, if you have the game and you're enjoying it, and you think to do it, and you have a moment to do so, please just take a second to pop back on the store and leave a review. And actually, in the game itself, if you go into the About menu, I think in the main menu, the missile cards in the About menu, yeah, I'm rambling. There is an actual button that says if you like the game, please leave a review, and if you click that, that'll take you right to the storefront page. It's not like a built-in review mechanic thing. It's just, it'll take you back to the page so you kind of know where to go to do that. So that means a lot to me. Thank you so much if you can do that. I appreciate that, especially over the course of the next few days. That's going to be really helpful. And the third thing, and people have been really great about this so far, is helping to spread the word. Right now, I'm doing all my own marketing for the game, and that's exhausting. It's a lot of work. I've spent basically the last entire day just answering emails and going on social media and trying to get coverage lined up and things. And that's exhausting. It's a lot of work, especially for one person. And I'm going to be doing that a lot over the next few days and into the weekend. So one thing that's a huge help for me is if you like the game, or if you know me and you want to support my work, to take a second to let other people know about the game. So you can do that by so many different ways, but obviously Twitter, I'm on Twitter a lot, so if you want to post on Twitter or retweet something or share it with your base, if you have a mailing list, email, and you want to send a message out and let people know about the game that way, that's incredible. Obviously not a lot of people necessarily are going to be doing that, so that's going to be unique. Or even just going to a friend and saying, "Hey, check this out! I've got my phone. Here's this game I'm playing on my phone. It's fun," or whatever. Like check it out. That helps a lot too. So whatever way you feel is within your means to kind of let other people know about the game if you're enjoying it, that helps me out a lot, and in general helps developers out a lot too, just to spread the word through word of mouth, social media, post about it. If you have a blog, if you've got a YouTube channel, sharing a video about it, all that good stuff is helpful. And yeah, so if you want to support me during this launch, those are the three kind of key ways you can do it. Um, and also, it's just sort of a separate note. If you want to just ping me and say hi, like, I appreciate that too. I'm sort of like in this crazy vortex of like launch mode where it's like, I gotta do this, I have to do that. I'm stressed out, but I'm excited. I don't know what's happening. Ah! So just kind of checking in and be like, hey, how's it going? It's kind of a nice aside because it's like, oh, I'm a human being still, and I'm not just this weird marketing robot machine that I'm trying to do. Yeah, so anyway, rambled enough. This has been my probably way too long update. But yeah, 3 things you can do to help. Awesome. Day 1 sales have been really encouraging. I'm praying that I'll get a feature on the App Store today, but I really don't know. Fingers crossed. And I'm going to keep hustling in this couple days and see how we can do with the rest. But so far, so good. Appreciate your support so far. Thank you so much. I will try to kind of keep on updates as we go forward and let you know how things are going. Whew. All right. Cheers.